opposite tonight, and he outplayed him. He just straight up, flat out outplayed him. And some of those roll plays to the right where he hit Steph Diggs, tell me that didn't remind you of, I don't know, 3-4 years ago, the guy Drake May is so frequently compared to, Josh Allen rolling to his right and throwing a dart to Steph Diggs. It's amazing that Steph Diggs is in the shape that he's in, that he's able to run and make the plays that he did. Just spectacular. And I can't help but feel like the level of play that he elevated to tonight and the intensity with which he played helped elevate the entirety of May, the offense, the entire team. Like, he was not, you probably heard him in the pregame interview with Melissa Stark. You saw, like, Mego getting those clips at his locker this week. This was a very emotional week for him. He was so fired up, and said he could barely sleep this week. He was so excited for the game. When you can translate that level of intensity to 10 catches for 146 yards against one of the top 5 passing defenses in your old stomping grounds, hell yeah, you belong, Steph Diggs.
I will also say you left out one number, and I don't even really know the number. It might be 36. Andy Borregales doesn't hit that kick, you lose the game. I know it stays tied, but I'm guessing if you miss that kick, because I don't know if you heard Chris Collinsworth. He makes a lot of money to be a fancy national analyst on Sunday Night Football. He said,
now here's a guy.
No, he said, big difference here between a made kick and a missed kick. Are you effing kidding me? Did you just say that on national
3
TV?
points in field position?
It's a tie ball game, you effing moron. What the hell are you talking about?
That's what you get paid to say. Oh, big difference. Yeah, see, they get the points, then they get to kick off to them versus having to, like, it's a 52-yard field goal, right? Or a 53-yarder?
50, I believe it was 52 officially, and he hits
good
it. So
from 72.
Oh, he nailed it, and there was never a question. I mean, I had plenty of questions before it left his foot. I actually was worried that he probably was going to miss it, but Andy Borregales, who we all thought shouldn't be on this team, right? We have to be fair. We have to be open. We have to be honest.
We were all members of the Parker Romo fan club that he
didn't win the job.
He won the job.
And can I add and this will be a talking point for the rest of this program and probably throughout the week on WEEI afternoons, where tomorrow, by the way, we'll have stars of the game again. Drake May coming off an elite performance, and Marcus Jones, nice interception there in the middle of
Jones,
the red zone.
He's a star, Andy. He's more than just a punt returner. The kid's a football player.
And tomorrow morning, or pretty soon this morning, we're about 20 minutes away from this morning on the Greg Hill Show. You will hear from Mike Vrabel, who
he might not sleep tonight.
He can kind of take a victory lap, and I don't just mean because his team won a football game. We mocked him for keeping Andy Borregales. We mocked him for giving Andy Borregales a game ball against the Dolphins. We mocked him for continuing to go with Ramondre Stevenson. Well, Ramondre Stevenson had a pair of touchdowns in victory. Andy Borregales hits a 52-yard game-winning field goal. We may not have to like Mike Vrabel's style and new
But we
age.
should hear from, I apologize for interrupting, we should hear from him right now.
And defensively, it's a huge challenge, to defend them. And we got some stops. We didn't get as many as we wanted to, but we got enough.
ushering him off now. He's got a plane to catch. He's got a team he's got to go talk to. He's got some celebrating to do. But, Andy, I appreciate very much the fact that Drake May is now taken to the podium.
Here we go. Drake May. Drake.
coach, followed by an extremely happy quarterback. You just heard from Mike Vrabel and Drake May live here from Buffalo on the Six Rings postgame show on WEEI. Andy, we got to catch our first commercial break and sort of catch up on the clock, as they like to say in the biz. But we got about a minute to just first assessment, first feelings about what you heard from Coach and the QB.
Well, apologize if you had any children listening for the potty mouth that he used in there.
But I loved it.
I love it because that's who we want him to be. We want him to be the a-hole who gets his team ready to play, and then we want him to be that guy that appreciates his players and what they did. And I think that's who he is at his core. He's going to be hard on you, and then he wants to celebrate with you. And then from a Drake May perspective, I loved that last answer. Didn't do anything to hurt the football team. Didn't turn it over. The Bills, for the first time in 27 games, did not lost the turnover battle, and that's part of why they lost the game, and we've talked about that. The steps for Drake May were don't turn it over and win the game. He didn't turn it over, and he won the game, baby.
And sometimes it really is as simple as that. Now, Of course, when you add in some of those masterful throws, like just go back, just find your way to social media, find your way, maybe you DVR the game, and that play, I mean, the play of the game by far is that rolling to his right, hitting Diggs 35 yards down the sideline. Even noted former NFL quarterback turned wannabe Orlovsky on Twitter, Kurt Beneke, posted that throw immediately tonight. He was a big Drake May critic. Said kind of like in the Merrill Hodge camp, like Drake May will get you fired. Drake May will cost you your football team.
No, he won't.
He said he wouldn't draft him and was not a believer. Tonight he wrote, I was wrong about Drake May. We got in addition to people that are new members of the fan club, Andy, we got some converts out there.
Oh, I think on a national TV game like this, Drake May became a real star. I think some of the numbers and some of the highlights were obviously trending in that direction. Mm-hmm. But when you go on Sunday Night Football, there's one undefeated team remaining. It's the MVP, and you beat him, and you play a clean game with some of those highlight reel type plays that he put out there, especially to bounce back, too. You know, maybe some people went to bed earlier and like, I don't really get what Drake May is all about. He seems a little skittish. He kind of steps up and takes sacks in the pocket. Well, if you didn't watch the second half, you might think that. But if you watch the second half, you think, oh, this guy might be an MVP candidate sooner rather than later.
I can't help but also think at the same time, as painful as they said that it was all the way back in January of 2025, how happy the Kraft family and everyone in the Patriots organization must be that they made the necessary change that they did. Because I'm not even going to wait until the end of the season to say this Patriots team is turning it around. They are pointing the ship in the right direction. They got the right guys in charge all the way down to the interim defensive coordinator, who's also the inside linebackers coach. And yeah, your quarterback, he's a dude, he's a star, and he's a stud. Go ahead and celebrate, Pats fans. You know what? We're so excited on the Six Rings postgame show. We're going to wrap up Sunday and stay with you until Monday. That's right. Hour number 2 of the Six Rings postgame show with you till 1 a.m. right here live on WEEI. Coming up, don't you dare miss it. We'll have your calls. We'll have a quick preview of next week's game in New Orleans. We'll get through all the great moments, all the highs and lows of tonight. Andy's thumbs up and thumbs down. The Cars for Kids player of the game. You want it, you need it. We got it right here on a huge victory edition of Six Rings.
The Red Sox station.
WEEI, New England Sports Original.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here. Based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025. Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
Grab a brush and a big black bucket of paint and go out in front of your house and put up there in big letters, put up UGLY, ugly. Now, why would you ever do that? Well, it's exactly what you're doing if you have an ugly front door. You may never use your front door, but it's the first thing people looking at your house look at. But who will help you with that? We will. We're Right Window. We do doors, too. Right Window comes over to the house with a laptop and this fancy schmancy software, and you choose a brand new front door perfect for your place right there at your kitchen table. How about painted? How about wood grain? How about we change the glass and add some brass? Whatever you want. You choose it, we custom build it, do the installation, and cover it with our warranty. It's like writing NICE on the front of your house. A brand new front door from Right Window.
Call Right Window right now.
Call 800-649-3600. 800-649-3600. A great-looking front door installed for the right price. Right Window.
Hi, I'm Andy Husbands, pitmaster and founder of the Smoke Shop Barbecue. Game day just got tastier. From tender ribs to juicy briskets and handcrafted sides. We're serving up the best barbecue in town with 7 locations across Boston and the suburbs. Need catering, pickup, or delivery for the big game? We've got you covered. Or join us to catch every play on our big screen TVs, surrounded by that signature smoky aroma. Order now or see our menu at thesmokeshopbbq.com. The Smoke Shop Barbecue, where great barbecue meets great sports.
Life can hit you like a truck. Divorce, custody battles, losing somebody you love, job anxiety, or the darkness of gambling depression. Grand Rising Behavioral Health is the gold standard in mental health treatment in Massachusetts, with day and evening programs to fit your schedule. You don't have to suffer. They can take you right now at their Norwood location and customize a program that works for you. Don't wait in line for peace of mind. Call Grand Rising today at 844-866-HELP. That's 844-866-HELP, and take control of your life.
As a firefighter, my job was about saving lives. I never thought one day I would be fighting for mine.
After spending his career answering the call to save others, Ken was diagnosed with ALS. Now he's facing his biggest battle, for more time. For 70 years, Muscular Dystrophy Association has been helping people live longer and more independent lives.
I wouldn't be living as good of a life with ALS if it wasn't for MDA. Learn more at MDA.org.
Many tire dealers will sell you Falcon tires, but Town Fair Tire doesn't just sell Falcon tires, they sell them at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, they give you free services for the life of your Falcon tires. That's an unbeatable deal only Town Fair Tire can offer, because Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal, and I mean nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Lowe's knows pros want more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free to get $20 off your first qualifying purchase of $100 or more just for signing up. Plus, enjoy free standard shipping and more ways to save on your next job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid for new members only. Not valid with any other discount. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/pro loyalty for details. Subject to change.
What's up, everybody? This is Pro Football Hall of Famer and 3-time world champion Ty Law, and I invite you to try my new vodka, Corvus, the official vodka of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Corvus is refreshingly smooth, 6 times distilled and charcoal filtered. A portion of the proceeds is donated back to the Pro Football Hall of Fame Players Assistance Fund. So be sure to ask for Corvus at your favorite bar, restaurant, and liquor store. Corvus, I know you will love them all.
Broadcasting from the WEEI studios. Powered by Verizon. 93.7 WEEI FM and HD1, Lawrence, Boston. An Odyssey sports station. This is the Six Rings postgame show on WEEI.
Everybody backed up to the 35. Be a lot of laterals coming. The first pass has to be caught first. It is by Palmer, but no time left on the clock. And the last of the unbeatens has fallen in the NFL. The Bills have lost at home, and the New England Patriots let everybody know they are here. The Patriots come into Orchard Park and beat the Bills 23-20.
There's your final call of tonight's huge, enormous, fantastic, unbelievable, well, at least to 2/3 of the WEEI afternoon crew. 2 of us were bold enough to choose the New England Patriots in the upset. I was not one of them. and I will be lapped upon tomorrow and throughout the entire week. I will take my humble pie. I will chug the medicine gladly on top of it all because I'm so damn thrilled for each and every Pats fan out there who have labored through. Yes, I know no one's ever going to feel badly for a Boston sports fan or a Pats fan, Andy, because you had to go through a couple of tough years, a few turbulent times following the greatest double dynastic run between any coach and quarterback, between any player and coach in modern American sports history. But the last couple of years, let's be honest, they sucked. And this did not suck. This is, let me just share this one little bit with you right here. Of course, we always love a little schadenfreude, Andy, right? We always love, we are from New England after all, and part of massholery is, of course, to bathe in the misery of others, if not sometimes celebrate it. A friend of mine during the break just tipped me to exactly how badly Jets and Dolphins social media is melting down right now because this just in, the Pats are back. Yep. So Connor Hughes, who works for SNY, the Mets and Jets TV network in New York City, tweeted out just a few moments ago, man, now the Jets have to see Drake May and Mike Vrabel for the next 12 plus years. And the replies are just savage. And if you're a Pats fan, so delicious.
Life comes at you fast in the NFL when you have a franchise quarterback, and when you don't, it comes at you fast too. It's just bad life that comes at you fast, and that's the reality of the Dolphins and the Jets. And the Patriots are far from perfect, right? Like there's a long ways to go. You know what this team needs, but they have accelerated after trudging through the last couple of years. They've accelerated the process. It feels like over the first month plus of this season. And it hasn't even been perfect or easy. Like, we can bitch about the turnovers. We can bitch about the penalties. Like, there are things to bitch about. But then you take a step back and you're like, yeah, but that Drake May guy, he looks really good. And, the wide receiver you signed to be the wide receiver one for now, coming off an ACL that some people thought would hold him off the field for the first month plus. Well, he's got back-to-back 100-yard games. And that short-armed left tackle, he seems like he's holding his own over there on the left side of the line. He's even got a fellow rookie to pair up with right next to him to have fun. So, yeah, there's things for us to bitch about. Oh, and Christian Gonzalez, he's back on the field. We were bitching about his hamstring. We didn't know if he hated Mike Vrabel, didn't want a contract, didn't want to play, wanted a contract, whatever the hell was. All of that is now sort of in the wake behind you, and you're like, wait, 3-2? Oh, by the way, they also won our age-old question of who to win more games in October, the Patriots or the Red Sox. Well, it's now 1-0, and it could be 3 more tacked on the backside.
There could potentially be. They could run the table in October.
This is as optimistic as me personally. I know you people had your optimisms at various times, including the 2021 season when the computers fell in love with Mac Jones and the Patriots.
They're going to play Brady in the Super Bowl, it says.
All of that. I never bought into that. I thought they were the biggest paper champion of all time, and I thought Mac Jones was a noodle-armed weenie. And now, this is as positive as I have been about the Patriots in 6 years, 7 years. You have a coach and you have a franchise quarterback. You know what that means in the National Football League? You are set up to compete for the playoffs for the next X number of years. Because if you have a quarterback and a coach, you compete for the playoffs on an annual basis. Guys will get hurt. Oh, we have a wide receiver making plays. We don't. The defense, the ups, the downs. When you start the conversation with a coach and a quarterback, that puts you in like the top 20% of the National Football League on an annual basis, and that's where
you're ahead of everybody else already when you know you've got a coach that is competent. Yeah. That was our big C word heading into the season. He is full of confidence, and he's a cocksure gentleman, and this would restore competence.
He's an a-hole sometimes, too, apparently, according to him.
Which I love, which we love about him, and I love when he says it.
He's our a-hole, just like Belichick was.
If you were not listening on the .com or the Odyssey app, then you missed a few seconds of the Mike Vrabel press conference. You can go back and watch it on social media, Patriots.com, etc. But he definitely dropped an a-hole bomb right in the middle of there. And I whispered crystal clear, loud and proud, no shame. And I whispered into the ear of our producer, Zach Coe, like, did you let that one fly? He's like, no, I had to dump it out. I was like, man, you know what? I don't think there's a single person that works for the FCC or is just in Pat's Nation at large that would call into WEEI and say, I heard a swear at 11:51 p.m. from Mike Vrabel.
When you win in Buffalo, you let them fly.
It's Buffalo style, right? Just no. When you've got the quarterback and you got the coach, you've already got a huge step in the right direction. I love that this is bothering Jets and Dolphins fans. I love that there's a faint whiff of insufferability in the air. And I love when Pats people call in and want to talk a big win and the ball game they just watched up in Buffalo. Andy, let's begin with the sequel to Chinatown. That's right, the two Jakes. We got a couple of Jakes on the line here on the Six Rings postgame show. First, we'll go halfway around the globe, all the way down to Australia. I have no idea what time it is, but it's definitely time to talk to Jake in Australia first up here on Six Rings. Hello, Jake.
Howdy, let's get rowdy.
Attaboy. How'd you enjoy that one, friend?
Has anyone got a table I can jump through right now?
Make sure to cover yourself in hot sauce and Fireball whiskey while you're at it, friend.
Oh, sounds delicious. What a good day it has been.
Jake, let me ask you, as somebody who has been a regular caller to our postgame show for years, during all of the struggles of the end of Belichick through the Gerard Mayo era or year, and now this, how much more do you relish a big win like this that not only is just enjoyable for what it is, but also may hat tip like that the Patriots are turning things around and heading the right direction?
I went into today thinking if we can keep up with them, that's a good sign for the rest of the year. But the fact that we could get over them has just pushed that next level. Like, we are onwards and upwards. Even with injuries, stuff going on left and right, we can still get over the line. And Drake May has had his not necessarily clutch moment, but he held us in there to get us to that line, which he hadn't quite had yet. So that was an awesome positive to come out of that game.
Yes, it was, my friend. Well, listen, you go. You please return to your Monday afternoon or evening activities already in progress. And thank you for being the first caller tonight. Hope you enjoyed the game, buddy, and we'll talk to you soon, all right?
Take it easy, guys.
See you, Jake.
All right. Jake from Australia, everybody. 617-779-7937 if you want to jump in on the Six Rings postgame show. Always love to hear from Jake in Australia, Andy. And, of course, we follow his subdued enjoyment with the fire and passion that is Jake in Boston. What's Jake in Boston going to be like tonight, Andy, after the Patriots played a really good game and pulled off the upset? Want to find out?
Oh, he's going to be fired up about something on social media.
All right. What's up, Jake?
Fitzy, it took 5 years, 2 coaches, and you sort of coming to the light about how right I've been. But there was hope tonight. And the big story tonight was obviously Drake May. But Drake May never won a game like this at Carolina. He never had a statement game. He had a decent coach. He had decent talent around him. He played in a garbage conference, couldn't beat Clemson, couldn't win a conference title. Tonight was a statement win, and one that Drake has not had since high school, one that his brother had on the basketball court, but one that he hasn't had. That is the biggest takeaway from tonight, is Drake May had a statement game on national television. Now, speaking of, well, I wasn't the biggest fan of the mental health game ball, as you guys said. Mike Vrabel does deserve a lot of credit there. Granted, it was a kick on turf in ideal conditions, so he should have made that kick 100 times out of 100, but it's the mental health thing. So credit to Mike Vrabel there. Speaking of Steph Diggs, by the way, and I don't want to go down this road, but Steph Diggs has had some stuff here that's very similar to Antonio Brown. I guess you have to suck for 5 years to let bygones be bygones when you cost yourself a Super Bowl with a decision in 2019. Steph Diggs brought his A game tonight. Steph Diggs has big cojones, and it shows in the work that he put in to get back from a major injury in the amount of time he has. And then last but not least, speaking of Carolina, well, isn't it nice not to have a coaching staff of Nepo babies for a change? What about that? Stevie Boy was down 35 to
All right,
3 at
Jake, you were
halftime.
too positive.
Don't
You were.
get his pants.
I know. All right, Jake, you were. I'm gonna
Thanks for the
cut
call,
you off
Jake.
right there because we'll eventually get to that sometime over the course of the week on the afternoon program or on WEI at large.
It's too good, Fitzy.
I know. I got you, buddy. I appreciate you. Thank you for the call, Jake. You were too I just want to remember positive Jake. I want to start my Monday with the energy, passion of positive Jake right there. I'm happy to hear even you can celebrate a big win like that. And it is a good point, Andy. This is not only the signature win for the Patriots this decade. This is the signature win of young Drake May's career. It's not a full-blown comeback win, but he did have 2 minutes on the clock. It was a tie game. He was in enemy territory. It was a hostile environment, and he did lead them down long enough, or at least far enough, so that the rookie kicker could blast it through from 52. It doesn't count as a comeback win, but it's a game-winning drive. That has to be the biggest football game to date in Drake May's life.
No question about it. And even Drake May has alluded to this, talked about this. His sort of the story of his career at Carolina, quote unquote, was they'd have a decent record, play in a big game that would put them over the hump, top 10, and they'd lose that game. They couldn't win that game. And this is the measuring stick. This is the Clemson of the AFC East. Like, that is this measuring stick opportunity on the road, and you got the job done. And I liked what he said post-game, talking about, growing up as a kid, his father, his brothers always said, you want the ball with the game on the line, whatever sport it's going to be, basketball, football, want the ball with the game on the line. He did, and he came through. And more importantly, from what we've seen, not even going back to high school or college, from what we've seen, more importantly than him coming through to put you in position to win, was he didn't give the ball away. There had been too many times in the first year plus of his New England career where when he had that opportunity, not only did he not come through, he gave the ball away. He gave the ball to the other team via fumble or via interception. He didn't do that. He played a clean game and then did everything his team needed to win. So, yeah, this is the next step in the evolution. And you know me, I think this 4-game stretch has changed everything perception-wise. After that first week, when everybody was like, he looks scared. He's got too much on his plate. Oh, Josh
He's thinking, the too much on the plate days. That's right.
That's long gone and hard to find. Now it's, how good is he? Is he top 10? Is he top 7? Is he top 5? Jalen Hurts is losing. Jalen Hurts can't hit his receivers. Jalen Hurts has all the talent, except they're not making good use of it. You give him a little bit of talent. Hell, he's got a running back that fumbles all the time. He still ends up with him in the end zone twice. The Drake May Q rating is going through the roof very quickly. Very, very quickly.
Yeah, he's a pretty hot commodity right now. And
he'll be on WEEI afternoons tomorrow.
Today.
Or today, actually. Soon.
Yeah, and hopefully if you're listening to this in the morning on your commute into work, you go, oh, this is what they call appointment listening. I'll have to tune in to Fitzy and Hart later on today, and hopefully Marcus Jones and Drake May have decent cell phones, and we're able to hear what they have to say. Please.
For the love of God, please.
Did we use all of the karma and our wishes and our genie rubs? Did we use them all up on the game tonight? Because I just want a decent phone call. We're also not sure, by the way, we're not sure what time they'll be calling in. Vrabel could be late because they are flying back from Buffalo
if we could do an overnight post-game show, they can get their asses up and call into our show on time with a good phone.
Okay, your question before the break, sir.
Real quick, was this the first time, and I want to be respectful of this, but was this the first time that he made his religion apparent? I don't remember him being as outspoken in that way in a post-game press conference previously.
There were two things about Vrabel. By the way, our boss, Ken Laird, confirming right now, Mike Vrabel will be calling into the Greg Hill Show tomorrow, 9 a.m.
9?
So if you want to listen at 9, he'll be at 9 o'clock.
Oh, you mean he'll be on at 9?
9, yes, he'll be on later today.
He won't be.
We're not sure about Drake and Marcus yet for the afternoon show. He'll be on at 9 o'clock on the Greg Hill Show. Take it in live, or, of course, you could always use the Odyssey app and listen to it at your appointment time, whatever's comfortable and convenient for you. No, that was the most religious I'd heard Drake in a presser,
and I'm fine
as
with
well,
him.
and the most fiery I've ever seen him on the sidelines. Like, there was a big let's go. Like, he had a killer look on his face. I think I saw Drake's savage face for the first time tonight, and I kind of like it.
We also saw his scared poopless face when he was being grabbed by the neck and had to try to find Stephon Diggs on the sideline while a 320-pound man was trying to kill him. That face was classic, but he got the ball there.
He sure did. 617-779-7937. All your calls, you guys are jamming up the lines like you normally jam up Route 1 on your way out of Gillette Stadium after a big Pats game. We will get to all of you as well. We'll get to Andy's thumbs up, thumbs down, the Cars for Kids player of the game, a few more looks and insights on tonight's game as well. And hey, Andy, isn't it funny? Gonzo, May, now Will Campbell. Funny things happen to your football team when you nail your first-round picks and don't overthink it, huh?
Yeah, it's weird when you have a corner, a left tackle, and a quarterback that were your first-round picks in recent years, and they all play well. That kind of sets the foundation for you to be, I don't know, a really good team.
617-779-7937. There's your telephone number. And here is your producer and newsreader extraordinaire, Zach Coe, with What's Trending Now.
The Christian Arcan Show, weeknights starting at 6. Now, here's What's Trending on WEEI.
Patriots handed the Bills their first loss of the season and improved to 3-2 tonight with a 23-20 win in Buffalo. Kicker Andy Borregales with a 52-yard game winner with 15 seconds remaining in the fourth. Pats QB Drake May goes 22 for 30 with 273 yards passing and 12 rushing yards on 3 carries. Pats will head to New Orleans to take on the Saints next Sunday. Elsewhere around the NFL, Broncos beat the Eagles 21-17. Cowboys over the Jets 37-22 in the Meadowlands. Buccaneers beat the Seahawks 38-35 on a last-second field goal, and the Commanders overcome a 10-point deficit to beat the Chargers 27-10 the final. Over in baseball, the American League Divisional Round rolls on with a pair of Game 2s. Blue Jays taking a commanding 2-0 series lead with a 13-7 beatdown of the Yankees. Mariners draw even in their series with the Tigers thanks to a 3-2 victory. As for the Red Sox, Sam Kennedy, Craig Breslow, and Alex Cora meeting with the media for their end-of-season press conference tomorrow at Fenway at 11 a.m. My name is Zach Coe, and that's what's trending now on WEEI and WEEI.com.
WEEI. WEEI. New England Sports Original.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? This is Dale for Northeast Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help Kurt.
You're supposed to be on fire as a person. You're supposed to want to get things done. I started having anxiety out of the blue, low libido, brain fog, not feeling driven. Literally had to push myself every day to get up and get things done. I was driving and I heard Northeast Men's Health on the radio, and the first consult seemed reasonable. So I decided to give it a call and made an appointment. They found that I had low T, and after that it was like a light switch got turned on. I've been a patient at Northeast Men's Health for about 9 months now. Everything's gotten a lot better in my life. Energy, feeling, just work, a whole lot better. Even my kids notice. They're like, Daddy's got energy, Daddy's ready to go. If you don't feel like that, I would suggest calling Northeast Men's Health.
Thanks, Kurt. It's true. Low T therapy will likely change your life. Your initial appointment is only $99 with results in minutes. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call today, 617-793-5000, or go to northeastmenshealth.com.
Coleman!
It's electric!
Coleman Electric is wasting your time with this commercial. But that's the way it is with advertising. If you're not overweight, with low T and a flooded basement, half these ads aren't for you. Same with this one for Coleman Electric. We specialize in replacing knob and tube wiring, and you might not even have it. Most people don't even know what it is. Ask a guy if he's going to remove his knob and tube, and he says, "Nah, I can't. My wife wants another kid." No. Let me explain. Many houses around here were built 100 years ago and still have the original wiring. The wires would heat up, so they ran them around little knobs and through tiny tubes and called it knob and tube. But insurance companies call it a stinking fire hazard, and insulation companies won't even call back because they ain't touching it. If you've got knob and tube, join this century and book a free estimate with Coleman Electric to have it replaced. And if you don't have it, sorry we wasted your time. But thanks to your sacrifice, you've helped your knob and tube neighbor. Can I get a tissue? I'm welling up over here. Kuhlman. Call Coleman.
It's electric!
Visit any 99 restaurant through October 13th and support the local Boys and Girls Clubs. For every $5 dine-in or to-go donation, guests will receive $5 for a future purchase. Please help the 99 continue their support of local kids and teens today.
When you own your own business, you own every decision. Catch the red eye or take the 6 a.m.
Make a new hire or promote internally.
Celebrate a win with a toast at the gate or unwind at the lounge.
Big props to this team.
Some decisions are a win-win. Like earning 8 times points on Chase Travel. Introducing Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business. With $2,500 in annual value, it's the business card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member of FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed. Oh, yeah? Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy. Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
If you're overwhelmed, having thoughts of suicide, or worried about someone, Samaritans is here to listen. Their life-saving suicide prevention services are free, confidential, and non-judgmental. Learn more at SamaritansHope.org. You're not alone.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-351-4596. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-351-4596. 800-351-4596. 800-351-4596.
Well, before, I had a big hole in the wall and I hung a curtain made from a woolly mammoth. What? Yeah, that's what the guy said who had the first window ever installed in his house. Back then, people had to think a glass window was a stinking miracle. But of course, today, most people take a window for granted. Well, we don't. We're Right Window. We don't take them for granted, we take them serious. Like our triple pane, it's 3 perfect panes of glass separated by insulating argon gas with a low-E coating that keeps harmful UV rays out and allows a wave of sunlight into your home. Tight is how our guys put them in, and cold air stays out. I'm telling you, years ago, people would have called this window a miracle, and we still do. Just saying. If you're replacing your windows, call Right Window. We'll come to your house and work miracles.
Call Right Window right now.
800-649-3600. Quality windows installed for the right price. Right Window.
The Six Rings postgame show is presented by McFarland Energy, the region's most dependable provider of home heating oil delivery, as well as expert HVAC services at McFarlandEnergy.com, and by New England Recovery Center of Westboro on WEEI. This is the Six Rings postgame show. Here's Fitzy and Hart on WEEI.
I mean, we were confident coming in here, so I guess it only probably help, but we'll have to start over and continue to improve. We talked about how we have to improve along the way, and this was the next step that we needed to take. So we'll pick up the pieces and get back to work as soon as we get on the plane, and there'll be another team that they'll be waiting for us on the road in New Orleans.
Mike Vrabel in his postgame presser from Highmark Stadium 1.0 tonight as the Patriots pick up the surprising upset 23-20 victory against the Buffalo Bills. You're listening to the Six Rings postgame show live on WEEI as we are now broadcasting into your early Monday hours on WEEI, the Odyssey app, and of course the WEEI socials and our fabulous network of affiliates as well. Andy, this is definitely a game. This is definitely a game that the Patriots won. Now, Buffalo did do their part in helping lose the game as well, like slow start, early turnovers. I talked to some Bills fans this weekend who said they felt like this could be a trap game because the Bills notoriously, also another great stat from tonight as well, Buffalo had 8 opening drives in their 4 games, obviously, prior to tonight's game against the Patriots. They had scored 52 points. So between the first drive in the first half, first drive of the second half of those 4 games, 7 touchdowns and a field goal. Patriots didn't let them score on either of those tonight. There's your defense led by your interim defensive signal caller, Zach Kerr and Mike Vrabel, and however Terrell Williams is contributing. There's your defense that they spent all that money on, and we heard all the hype and hyperbole and hoopla about all offseason long, stepping up bigly.
Yeah, that defense is interesting because I still don't feel like they've played their best. I feel like there is still a lot of room for growth. But at halftime, it was 6-3 Patriots. You had held Josh Allen and the Bills to 3 points. So, that's the be-all, end-all, points allowed. And they were getting that job done. And I still think there is great room for growth on that side of the ball. You're seeing more and more guys get involved. Jelani Tavai comes back tonight into this game. They're getting the depth on the defensive line where we just talk about Milton Williams and Barmore, but they're getting guys rotating through that are contributing. So there's depth at all three levels really starting to come together. Christian Gonzalez came up huge tonight with a few big plays late in the game that if he doesn't make them, things could have turned out differently. I will say the one guy I'm still a little Carlton Davis, I still I'm not sure the return on that investment has shown itself just yet.
No, it hasn't, and he seems to get micro-dinged every game. Tonight I thought he was going to have to go out for a while. We'll see what happens with Antonio Gibson, who had to exit the game, obviously, when he took over, and looked good for Ramondre Stevenson after his early fumble.
Oh, I think he's done. I'm basing this totally on he went in the medical tent and came out crying. I don't know any other way than to read that as they told him bad.
I hope it's not a tear, but I think something broke, and that's a shame, too, because there was a prime opportunity for him to contribute to an offense that's evolving in a positive way. Yeah.
And we can get into this more because we are enjoying the victory and the Drake May performance and all the positives. But if Antonio Gibson is missing significant time and or the rest of the year, and I know it's a nice story that Ramondre Stevenson came back and had a pair of touchdowns, but he also fumbled again for the 10th time over the last 2 years. And you clearly aren't overly comfortable with Travion Henderson taking a massive role. Suddenly, this backfield that we thought might be the best position group on the team is looking a little thin. You don't really have a lead back if you don't want Ramondre out there all the time. You're not all in on Henderson. There's a need to add some depth to this running back room.
How are you getting? Are you going to do the audition circuit like we've talked about on a Tuesday? Are you going to maybe you going to poke around for a trade?
I think you have to poke around for a trade. I think you have to look at rosters out there, and I know there's been some running back injuries, so I don't know how many trade options there are. That's why Elliott Wolf and company have to work the pro scouting circuit. But that running back room is a little thin right now. And if you go down the road again, sadly, it would not be crazy for Ramondre Stevenson to fumble next week. And if he at some point, you're going to have to say, I can't keep putting you out there.
He does it every other game on average. It's just, we're not making it up. It's just science. It's math.
It's a half fumble per game. So I think that's something we need to keep an eye on as you start to, because I'm starting to see greedy predictions. Even Will Compton, the former offensive lineman, is like, Patriots could win 12 games and be a play. And I'm like, okay, pump the brakes a little
12.
bit.
Hold us. Double digits is something you could entertain now and not be called a fool.
Correct. And in my opinion, you made up for regrettable losses to the Raiders and Steelers. Those games, I think, are going to bite you in the ass in the end. I still believe those are probably going to bite you in the end. But
the Steelers won most especially. The Steelers won most especially.
But now you got a Bills game that you weren't supposed to win. You weren't expected to win. You were a touchdown plus underdog. So you've kind of made up for one of those regrettable losses. Yes, I think when you look at the schedules now, and what teams are, not necessarily what they were supposed to be coming into the season, it is not crazy any longer to think this is a 10-win football team. It absolutely can be a 10-win football team, and you're in the conversation of the postseason there, and then you really may regret losing to the Raiders and the Steelers.
Or you may just say, hey, we had to chalk it up to the first-year coach, second-year quarterback, brand-new team, learning curve, and if you thought they should have exited September 3-1 and lost the Buffalo game, you could look at it that way, or you could say, yeah, they were 2-2, but they picked up the surprise dub. A couple fun numbers, then back to the phones for you. Stephon Diggs now is tied for 10th in the NFL. Yeah, needs a TD. He needs his first TD with the Pats, but tied with Keenan Allen, 10th in receptions in the NFL with 29 through 5 games. Easily topping what he did last week in Carolina. Better defense, bigger stage tonight, 10 catches, 146 yards. Absolutely spectacular. Drake May with another 100-plus passer rating tonight as well. But here's my favorite. Right now, Andy, if the playoffs were to start tomorrow, and they don't, but if they were to start tomorrow,
baseball and NFL playoffs at the same time would be very weird.
I'd be fine with it. You know me. I'll always choose chaos. Your number 7 seed, the New England Patriots at 3-2. How about that?
We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I know.
Strike
But
that.
there is-
Can you, Zach, can you drop that? Drop that with the a-hole comment.
There's a path. That's all I'm saying, baby. There's a path. 617-779-7937 is your telephone number. Let's go to Owen in Boston. Owen loves his mama. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how's it going? We're calling from Boston. I'm with my girlfriend right now. We're driving back from watching a crazy game. We're just thinking about how insane this was. And what do you think about this, Madeline?
All I have to say is they're turnovers. I mean, Buffalo gave the ball away 3 times, including 2 fumbles, and they also really struggled through the end zone. And I think that gave the Patriots definitely extra chances, and they definitely pulled through way more than we've seen in years past, which is super exciting. Definitely a big win, and I think also a foreshadow of the Bills' non-ability to possibly have consistency under pressure.
And 100%, I agree with what you said earlier. Like, I feel playoffs, baby. Like, we live in Fenway, and like we saw the Red Sox go from a 22% in June to making the playoffs, and like it was rough. I'll admit it, but like Boston teams were going all the way. And Vrabel, this is a new time. This is a new section. Like, we're on the up, baby. And this was like the show to everybody. I've been telling everyone, Drake May is gas. He's up here. He's throwing dimes. We just need to start respecting him and appreciating him as career quarterbacks, because that's exactly what he is. Same as Vrabel. I completely agree with you.
Thank you very much, Owen and girlfriend. We appreciate the call. Love the passion. Love the enthusiasm. Home safe. Glad you guys were rewarded with a great watch tonight at whatever bar, saloon, or establishment that you happen to have enjoyed. Vrabel being the real deal and Buffalo falling on their face. Let's
Also,
grab one. Yeah,
for
go
me,
ahead.
real quick, I was appreciative of Drake May after I got over my skis a little bit last week and said he's already a Patriots Hall of Famer. This was
you had him
step
in the red
toward-
jacket?
Yeah, this was another step toward measurement day for the red jacket. So appreciate him not falling on his face and making me look like a moron.
Oh, are you sure you didn't want to put him in a yellow jacket with a bronze bust by his side while you're at it?
We're not quite there yet. We're not quite there yet. There was still, there's room for growth. If he's getting a yellow jacket, I don't know if he looks as skittish as he did under pressure early in the game. But as we continue to say, I feel like we're the only people that really note this. Now he has finally started a season in the NFL. Like, he finally kind of has a year of games under his belt. So now you could do more direct comparisons to like a Caleb Williams or a Jaden Daniels or some of these other guys that played so much last year. And everything is trending in the right direction. Absolutely.
Oh, my goodness gracious. The insufferability that will be in New England in the air this week. Oh, my gosh. All the takes and the Drake love. Yeah, can't wait for it. One more quick
Think
call
how
before
happy Schefter is, his fantasy football team. Actually, he's probably mad because Drake didn't score any touchdowns.
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah, he was statistically wasn't perfect. Doesn't matter. Got the one stat that mattered the most, bro. Rob and Chicopee, you're up next. What's up, Rob?
Hey, guys, man. I'm excited, but I'm going to tell you right now, that connection that Diggs has with May, if it keeps developing, I think Diggs is going to have the same effect that he had with Allen in his career, that he's going to propel this kid with the more confidence. So we haven't had a dog at wide receiver like that, and I don't remember even when. Second point is this, real quick, guys. I don't want to get too excited about the playoff talk because, this the only reason I think they should make the playoffs, just quick opinion here, is because Baltimore, Cincinnati were basically penciled in the playoffs for almost everybody. Now that those tools are out, somebody's got to fill them in. And I feel like the Pats, the way they're playing, the way May is developing, and Diggs, I feel like is gonna excel that a lot faster. This team can be a threat, at least in the first couple rounds. Go Pats.
Hey. Go Pats. There we go. All right.
Now we're not
great
just
call.
making the playoffs. We're
Thank
a
you,
couple
Robert.
rounds deep.
Oh, hey, they belong on the field with anyone tonight. They went to the house of an AFC championship participant last year, the Super Bowl favorite from the AFC, the last remaining undefeated team in the 2025 National Football League, with your reigning MVP in the house on their rivalry jersey night. And they said, you know what, this Highmark Stadium can kiss off. We can't wait to see you in the new one. Just awesome. Everyone got rewarded tonight, Andy.
Can I add one layer of reality?
You know what?
Because
go ahead and add in a quick one.
So I think it's right that he brings up the Bengals and the Ravens were penciled in as playoff teams. Looks like both are trending toward not being in those slots. One of them is because their quarterback got hurt. And the one biggest issue I didn't like about tonight's game was Drake May got popped a couple times. He got the one where he got the penalty. He got one where he didn't get the penalty. He took 2 or 3 pretty good hits, and that is that concern, is that it comes crashing down like that. The snap of the finger that, oh, my God, Drake May didn't get up. Drake May's going to the medical tent.
And here's the tweet. Josh Dobbs has entered the game at quarterback for the Patriots.
Thank you. No, thank you. I would not like that.
Hard pass, thank you very much. 617-779-7937 is your phone number. Just a few more minutes left here on the Six Rings postgame show. Quick break, right back with your phone calls, more analysis, more fun, more celebratory Pats talk, and yes, thumbs up, thumbs down from Andy Hart. It's all coming up here on the next leg of Six Rings postgame show. Don't go anywhere.
WEEI, New England Sports Original.
Put a Reedsbury shed in the backyard this fall and don't pay it off till 2027 with 18-month 0% financing on every shed. Order this week and we guarantee delivery before Thanksgiving. But 0% financing ends Columbus Day, so stop in today or shop online at reedsbury.com. For a new shed this fall, make the call. 18 months, 0%. You got a good one. Reed's Ferry.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-351-4596. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-351-4596. 800-351-4596. 800-351-4596.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-485-7220. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-485-7220 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-485-7220 to see if you qualify. That's 800-485-7220.
The Six Rings postgame show on WEEI.
As promised, we would come back on Six Rings and Football Things, not shoving it towards the end of the show where we have to rifle through it and then there's not enough time to fully expand. There were a lot of people that deserve some thumbs up and very few that deserve thumbs down tonight in Patriots Nation and on your winning 23-20 Patriots football team. I'll tell you who may be getting a thumbs down from his coach later on this week. We can't share it with you right now, but there are some clips circulating the socials from Keyshawn Boutt's Instagram Live where he says a few naughty things about the Buffalo Williams football team. And we'll just leave that there. You can go into discovery mode yourself after the radio program. But for now, Andy Hart, thumbs up, thumbs down. I am very excited to hear all the thumbs up. This may be the most that we have had, maybe the most we've had to date.
It's definitely up there. I'll start with the guy who, not a homecoming, but a return to Buffalo, Stephon Diggs. He's becoming the most efficient receiver in the National Football League. Not only is he wide receiver one, not only is it 100-yard games, when you throw the ball in his direction, it's almost always complete. 10 of 12 targets tonight for 146 yards, most ever by a former Bill against Buffalo. And that rapport, that relationship that he is building with Drake May is becoming what they'd say a problem for the opposition that they're going to have to deal with. And I'll be interested to hear when Ty Law acknowledges it, because I've been a follower of Ty Law on the Greg Hill Show on Ty Tuesdays, and he's always, there's nobody on the offense you have to scheme for or prep for or fear. Well, Stephon Diggs is becoming the guy with Drake May you have to prep for or scheme for or fear. Obviously, Drake May played a clean football game. Drake May made some wow plays, some recruiting video plays. Hey, A.J. Brown, maybe if you want to come up, you could join Stephon Diggs with Drake May and have some fun because you're not having fun down in Philly, you losers. The coaching staff, this is the first one, I think, for me. I think the head coach, the defensive coordinator, and the offensive coordinator should all be on the thumbs up list. The head coach has invested time and energy and positivity in guys like Ramondre Stevenson and Andy Borregales, and those guys helped you win a football game. Zach Core has taken over for Terrell Williams, and I think done a phenomenal job. As I said, you're up 6-3 at halftime against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills on Sunday Night Football. Like, you're doing something right. And, again, it helps that you get Christian Gonzalez back, but that's a really nice job. And Josh McDaniels, first play of the game, what was it? Ted Johnson will love it. Little boot to the left. Ted Johnson thinks that this amalgamation of the offense and what Josh likes to do with what Drake May is capable of doing is really coming together nicely. I agree. I see it. I said Andy Borregales. He not only went out there and hit the 52-yard field goal, but sneaky big deal that he effed up last time he was in this situation. He had a great kickoff. Put it down to like the 2-yard line, the 1.5-yard line. They returned it, and the clock was gone. They used almost all the clock on the return with that kickoff. So Andy Borregales, and again, when I look at that kick, he nailed it. That was Adam Vinatieri style where it's dead nuts. Never had any doubt the second it left his foot.
Good from 15 yards further, no doubt.
Hunter Henry continues to be a revelation. He's looking younger. I know they praised the throw, but that catch he had leaping over the middle for an aging tight end was a really, really nice catch,
He's on the other side of the 30.
His best years are supposed to be behind him, but he looks like he's on his way to having one of his best years this year with Drake May. Ramondre Stevenson, I know you fumbled, but you also had 2 touchdowns, so I guess if we're doing a pros and cons, you had 2 pros, 1 con, and you had to stay in there. You didn't put it on the ground again, which normal people would be like, oh, what do you think, he's going to fumble twice in a game? Yeah, I've seen him fumble twice in a game. It happened.
He already did it 2 weeks ago, you knuckleheads.
So he didn't do that, and, I think that's a necessity. You need him for this football team. On the defensive side of the ball, Milton Williams continues to show up. I think you're getting good return on investment from Milton Williams.
Great ROI on the big guy.
Sacks, pressures, all of those things. Christian Ellis was making a lot of tackles early, and he's a guy that I've been very hard on, that I don't want to see him. I believe you said you wanted him to go back to the contract thing and let the Raiders take him.
Let the Raiders take him at 2 for 13.5.
Our guy Marcus Jones, that was not a giveaway, in my opinion, by Josh Allen. That was a really nice play.
That was a
really
takeaway.
Nice play. That was a takeaway by our guy Marcus Jones, and that's going to do it for most of the ups. I could squeeze out a couple more, but we don't need those. Now the downs. You know who's on the down list? Ramondre Stevenson. He's on both lists because you can't fumble. At some point, can you stop effing putting the ball on the ground? And he's not getting lit up. These are kind of soft fumbles.
This one I think was maybe the softest of all the ones on the 2025 season. Guy barely grazed his forearm and squirt, there it was.
Antonio Gibson has put the ball on the ground in both games that Stevenson did as well, but he gets lit up when he puts the ball on the ground. Whatever the injury is, he got injured.
He runs into danger, yes.
The penalties are my biggest down. These penalties that Vrabel, I guess, still doesn't care about. Vidarian Lowe, I think technically speaking, Vidarian Lowe may not have played a single snap in this game on offense and yet has a penalty because that play doesn't count. It goes down as no play and a penalty. Vidarian Lowe can't happen. 3rd and 1 can't be 3rd and 6 with the game on the line. Both defensive linemen with the dumb, unnecessary roughness, late hit penalties. That could have cost you the game. That could have been the story of this football game. I also thought that Carlton Davis, as I mentioned, he lost Keon Coleman for that one touchdown where he got confused. They kind of double covered the short route in the flat and left him wide open behind him. Carlton Davis needs to be better. Carlton Davis does not look like a $20 million a year cornerback right now.
Yeah, for that kind of bag, he needs to be a better number 2.
And then just a general, the pass rush needs to be better. I don't think the pass rush has been consistently good enough. And I know the Bills are supposed to have a good line, but they got toasted on some of those early runs where they just rushed right past Josh Allen and gave him the middle of the field. And there was even one where I think they had Robert Spillane spying him, and Robert Spillane did not tackle him. He just kind of dove at his feet and then watched Josh Allen run another 12 yards downfield. So the pass rush, the contained pass rush needs to be better, but that's picking nits a little bit because when you get you get a win like this on the road, there's not a lot of things that were terrible in this game. If I were just going to narrow it down to one, it's the penalties. I'm so sick of the penalties. And some of that's Sean Hockley, listening to that baboon talk.
Great job on the list, Andy. Thank you very much. Don't forget, everyone, Thumbs Up and Thumbs Down is sponsored by Cars for Kids. The easy way to donate your car today. Donate and your car can be picked up tomorrow or later today. Whatever's convenient for you. Go to Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K or 1-877-CARS for Kids. Let's go real quick. Time for one quick call before we catch our final break and then wrap up this edition of the Six Rings postgame show. Bernie is on the Cape. What's up, Bernie?
Hey, guys. Great show tonight. Just a quick question. Was anyone else a little nervous when Vrabel ran down the clock in the end of the first half? It seemed like we kind of left points on the board because he was trying to be too cute with the clock.
Yeah.
And also, don't we have Duggar for a reason to cover these hybrid linebacker safety roles? Kincaid got way too many touches tonight.
Well, the problem with Duggar, and thanks for the call, Duggar not great in coverage, and that's his weakness. I'd rather have Duggar up in the box maybe as a spy on Josh Allen if you wanted to complain about some of the rushing, but the coverage is an evolving thing in the middle of the field. He did have too many touches. Woodson is supposed to be that guy that is developing, the eraser. He's going to be that guy that can cover. We'll see where that goes. And then, yes, I thought they got really lucky to have 1 second on the clock at the end of the first half. Well, first of all, Hunter Henry coulda, shoulda, mighta caught that ball. I know he got bumped and only one hand got up, and sort of getting the other second hand up may have played a factor there. But yeah, I thought they cut that really, really close.
617-779-7937 is your phone number. Try to see if we could sneak in another call afterwards, but we only got a commercial break now, and then we got to offer some final thoughts. Quick preview of next week's game when the Patriots will travel down to New Orleans to take on the now suddenly victorious New Orleans Saints. Not the worst team in the NFL anymore, shall they be. This is the Six Rings postgame show live on WEEI. Wrapping up. Don't miss it.
WEEI. WEEI. New England Sports Original.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6812. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call
800-575-6812. That's 800-575-6812.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Now is the weekend to sell your old gold, diamonds, gemstones, and fine Swiss timepieces for the highest prices of the year. Springer's annual Page Estate Fall Jewelry and Watch Buying event. 3 big days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at Springer's Jewelers in tax-free Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Springer's Jewelers. Reserve your private appointment right now at springersjewelers.com and we'll see you there.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6812. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6812. That's 800-575-6812.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The Six Rings postgame show on WEEI.
Back here at the Six Rings postgame show, Patriots win 23-20 over the Buffalo Bills.
Apologize for the technical difficulties there, Andy.
I saw your lips moving. I just couldn't hear what you were saying.
My microphone cable came unplugged. I apologize. Back here, yes, on the Six Rings postgame show, wrapping things up, home stretch on WEEI. Time now to, we got last call here on the postgame show. Marty is on the South Shore. Marty, what do you got?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
How are you, Marty?
Good. Awesome victory. I wasn't terribly shocked that we won. So the two things I wanted to say was, one, I thought we were just a more well-rounded team. Obviously, their offense is Josh Allen. But our special teams, our defense, I thought we had a bit of an edge. But tonight, Stephon Diggs, in that post-game interview, it just, I was already buying into him anyway. But, he crackled a little. There was a little emotion there, and I really think he's finding his spot. So Stephon dug for this win tonight. He willed this team, and I made a bet. We're going all the way.
Thank you very much, Marty. All right, I thought we may be going down that road by accident. I appreciate the passion. Thank you very much. Yeah, okay. Hey, Andy, it's late at night. It's the witching hour. Safe harbor, as some like to say in the broadcast industry. People get a little geeked up, just like Steph Diggs. He was obviously full of emotion pregame with Melissa Stark, full of emotion on the sideline. If you happen to have checked out the social medias, he was full of passion in the locker room and then at the podium after the game as well. Any final thoughts before we wrap this up? Next week, of course, Pats play New Orleans, 1 o'clock down in New Orleans. Very winnable game at 3-2. They could emerge from there 4-2. Who knows what happens to the Bills? But any last licks you want to put in before, of course, tomorrow's WEI afternoons with Marcus Jones and Drake May?
Well, like the caller, I was not surprised because I picked the Patriots to win in Buffalo, so we'll get that out of the way. And then looking ahead this week, I think it'll be interesting to see the tone that Mike Vrabel sets starting at 9 a.m. on the Greg Hill Show and then throughout the rest of the week. This is a game you're now expected to win. You're supposed to be better than the Saints. You have Drake May. You're supposed to beat the Saints. So what is the tone that is set, especially for a team that might have been a little too excited in the post-game locker room based on social media and everything we see there? Does Vrabes kind of rein in that excitement and remind them, you're also one bad game away from turning it over 6 times and having a bunch of penalties? So let's get back to work.
Coach, we could be 5-0. You are what your record says you are. You're 3-2, and you're coming off the best win in half a decade at least. So let's try to ride that wave of momentum, stick with the positive, figure out exactly what you did in Buffalo to pull off the upset, and continue along with that as well. Huge game for Drake May, huge game for Steph Diggs, huge game for Mike Vrabel, huge game for the Patriots franchise overall. Once again, final score, Patriots 23, 8.5-point underdogs on the road, no less. Patriots 23, Buffalo 20. Mike Vrabel, 9 o'clock on the Greg Hill Show. A couple players will jump in. Of course, Hunter Henry and the surprise question of the week on the Jones and Keefe program. And yes, we will have Marcus Jones, big pick tonight, another great game for number 25. And Drake May, who I dare say, Andy, we might be talking to like the biggest sports celebrity in America later on today on our show. How about that?
Whoa, in America.
Look at us.
He's certainly becoming a superstar in Boston.
Thank you very much. Great job, as always, back in the home studio. Mr. Zach Coe producing tonight's program as well. This has been Six Rings and Football Things. Thank you for listening live, however you happen to consume it, or downloading the podcast on the Six Rings feed, Spotify, Apple Pods, or the Odyssey app. Subscribe and download today. Enjoy your Monday. Enjoy that little bit of extra sleep that you're going to lose out on. That kind of tired is a special feeling. We had missed it just like we had missed wins and being insufferable for the longest time, folks. Have a great Monday, a great week, and we will talk to you later on WEEI Afternoon. See you.